All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, welcome back.
This time we are looking at online safety, particularly for those of you interested in the world of computing.
Right on.
We've got a really interesting guide that we're going to be breaking down today.
Oh, yeah. Tons of great information.
And one of the things that I thought was really interesting is it talks about how our devices are constantly sharing information, even when we don't realize it.
It really is. It's like they're always talking behind our backs.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So to start off, let's talk about the different types of information we might find online. Facts, beliefs, fake news, and opinions.
Sure.
What's the big deal with this? Why is this important?
Well, in today's world, there's just so much information coming at us from all directions. It's like a tidal wave.
It really is.
And being able to tell the difference between what's true, what's just somebody's opinion, that can be a real game changer.
So it's like having a superpower, basically, being able to sort through all of that.
Exactly. You've got it.
Yeah. So then how do we become better at that? What kind of tools do we need?
Well, the biggest thing I would say is critical thinking.
Okay.
Question everything you see online. Don't just take it at face value.
So be a little skeptical.
Exactly. Look for evidence, check the source, and if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
That's a good point. And this guide also gives this really important piece of advice. It says, if something online makes you feel uncomfortable or scared, block it, report it and tell a trusted adult.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Seems simple, but why is this so effective?
It puts you back in control. It's like drawing a line in the sand saying, this is not okay. You're not welcome here.
So it's about taking charge of your own online experience.
Absolutely. And telling a trusted adult means you don't have to go through it alone. They can help you figure out what to do next.
That makes sense. Now, this whole idea of information sharing reminds me of something else that the guide mentions, autocomplete.
Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one.
Right, so it's like the software is trying to finish our sentences for us.
Yeah, trying to be helpful.
But how does that actually reveal information about us?
Well, think about it. Let's say you start typing your email address.
Right.
After a few letters, boom, the whole thing pops up.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
Super convenient, right? But it also means your device is remembering that information and potentially sharing it.
Oh, I see. So it's like leaving a digital footprint wherever we go.
Exactly.
That's a good point. So even when we think we're being careful, our devices might be giving things away.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind.
Definitely. Now let's talk about social media. The guide actually refers to these as the usual suspects.
The usual suspects, huh?
Kind of a funny way to put it,
Yeah.
but I guess we all know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it.
So speaking of social media, why are privacy settings so important?
Privacy settings are your digital bouncer. They control who gets to see what information about you.
Okay, so it's like setting boundaries in the online world.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
get to decide what you share and with whom.
Right, and the guide also mentions age restrictions on these platforms.
Yeah, those are there for a reason.
But why are they so important?
Well, younger users might not always understand the risks of sharing information online, so these restrictions help protect them.
So it's like a safety net for younger people.
Exactly.
Now let's get back to this idea of our devices constantly chatting. How does that actually happen?
Well, it's all about data flow.
Okay.
Your phone might share your location data with apps, so they can give you personalized recommendations. Or your smart speaker might be collecting voice data to improve its responses.
So basically, our devices are sending and receiving information all the time.
Right. It's like an invisible
Yeah.
network connecting everything.
And this is happening even when we're not actively using our devices.
Sometimes, yeah, it can be a bit unsettling when you think about it.
Definitely. So how can we be more mindful of this constant data flow?
I think awareness is key. Take some time to look at the permissions you've given to different apps, explore your privacy settings, and make sure you're comfortable with what's being shared.
So it's about being proactive and taking control.
Exactly. And another thing you can do is choose strong, unique passwords for all your accounts.
Passwords, oh yeah, that's a whole other topic.
It is, but it's so important.
Do you have any tips on how to manage passwords effectively?
Definitely. I highly recommend using a password manager.
Okay.
It's like a digital vault that stores all your passwords securely so you don't have to remember them all.
So it takes the pressure off trying to remember a million different passwords.
Exactly. Plus, it can generate super strong passwords that would be practically impossible to guess.
Wow. So that's a really good way to up our online security game.
It is. It's one of the simplest but most effective things you can do.
So just to wrap things up,
Yeah.
we've talked about the different types of information we find online, the importance of critical thinking and privacy settings,
Right.
and how our devices are constantly sharing information.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but it's all about being aware and making informed choices.
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely. And with that in mind, we highly recommend checking out the BBC's own IT website.
That's a great resource.
It's at www.bbc.com/NIT, and it has even more information on staying safe online.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a look.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into online safety. We hope you learned something new.
We did too. Always learning.
That's the best part.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Until next time, stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
And we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.